to be 100%. Root for the Cavs. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the Oval game.
You quite literally love to see it. Bill Murray warming up the crowd at Wrigley Field Friday night. Cubs won. They're tied for first. That's this Friday. It's the Cubs' first game since the coronavirus outbreak, held with the stands full, 100% capacity. Incredible thing to see. The year after we wondered if we would ever again have crowds at baseball games or concerts or theaters. People are getting back to business and to fun across the country, but of course, as we keep saying, pandemic's not over. Certainly not abroad, but not here. There's a new variant. There's been a lot, and I forgive you if you lost track, but there's a lot of reason to be quite keen on this one or pay attention. It's the Delta variant. It's more contagious. It is on the rise in this country, around the world, especially in areas where vaccination levels are lagging. Dr. Peter Hotez, the co-director of the Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development, the dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor College of Medicine, he recently wrote a piece in the Daily Beast titled, "Here's Who's Facing a Nightmare Vax Summer," and he joins me now. So let's talk, Dr. Hotez, about this Delta variant. And the piece of data that's gotten me most worried is the UK, where they have had a very successful vaccination campaign, and where places where this is really moving around, we're actually seeing hospitalizations go up in a way we haven't really seen in a place with that level of vaccination yet.
Yeah, this is right, Chris. And what's happening is this variant and too that are of India is even more transmissible than the one from the UK. So the one from the UK was particularly transmissible. That took over the original lineage, and now this one from the Delta is accelerating across the UK, now responsible for the majority of infections. So it is the most transmissible variant we've seen to date yet. And what's happening is anyone who's not been vaccinated, it's getting people very sick, even young people, even adolescents. So Mother Nature's telling us that we have something to look out for, because now almost 10% of the variants in the United States are the same Delta variant. So where vaccination rates are low, especially in the South, I think we have to worry for the summer.
Yeah, this is where we're starting to see, we have wide dispersion in what the numbers are from, between, say, a state like Vermont, where it's very high, or a state like Alabama or Mississippi, where it's quite low. And you say in the piece, a confluence of new factors may place children, adolescents, young adults living in southern states squarely in the pandemic crosshairs. What do we know about the relationship between basically the level of community vaccination and where we're going to be most at risk in terms of this variant's growth?
So you take a state like Vermont or Massachusetts that has more than 80% of the adults vaccinated, it means they're basically snuffing out virus transmission. But in Alabama and Louisiana, as you point out, where the vaccination coverage is only half, we're in trouble. And remember, it's not homogeneously distributed, the vaccinations. Basically, the older Americans are better vaccinated. But if you look at adolescents, for instance, in Louisiana or Alabama, fewer than 10% are vaccinated. And so this is a huge vulnerability here, as well as the young adults, which are vaccinated at very low levels. And so I'm quite worried that we could see a big surge in the number of cases in young people in the South. And remember that's going to happen. This time last year, we was pretty good, and then we had that massive summer surge in July and August. So I'm worried after July 4th holiday that we could be in for some very difficult times in July and August among young people in the South.
It seems to me that we should know that even in the UK or in places where there's been transmitting, that people with both shots of the vaccine and past that sort of window seem to, again, have quite good protection against the variant. And the solution here is just continue mass vaccination as aggressively as possible?
That's right. And so we have to redouble our efforts to vaccinate young people, especially in the southern vulnerable areas. And it turns out that for this vaccine, a single dose won't do it. A single dose is not very effective against this Delta variant. So even if we start vaccinating adolescents and young adults now, we're still about 5 to 6 weeks away before they're fully vaccinated, first dose, 3-4 weeks later, the second dose, then a week or two after that before they're fully immunized. And so what I'm trying to do now is get everybody to understand this and redouble our efforts to vaccinate the southern states, especially young people, because if we wait for the surge, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, if you have any young person in your life who is not vaccinated, and you can, just have a conversation without them, and it is really crucial. I think, particularly when you think about people hanging out with people their age, that's where you get elevated levels of community transmission, which we saw in the UK. It's like hospitalizations going up. That really blew my mind, because even among young folks, you get enough of this virus transmitting through a community. We've seen it over and over again. You're going to have people hospitalized and even worse. Dr. Peter Hotez, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.